Former Super Eagles captain and midfielder Jay-Jay Okocha has expressed disappointment over not winning a particular award during his playing days. Yes, Jay-Jay Okocha was arguably the most skillful African player during his time, but yet did not win this particular award until he retired from international football. Yes, we all can testify how good Jay-Jay Okocha was. This guy is very, very skillful. He can dribble, he shoots with his both legs. In fact, Jay-Jay Okocha was a blessing to the football world. In fact, if you watch Jay-Jay Okocha play football, then you will know that God indeed blessed Nigeria with talent like Jay-Jay Okocha. But yet, he did not win this particular award. Jay-Jay Okocha, all through his career, did not win the African Best Player of the Year award. I know it will be shocking to many of us, but that is just the truth. Okocha, all through his career, despite his contribution to the national team and his various clubs in Europe, did not win the African Player of the Year award until he retired from football, and which is shocking to many of us. Despite everything this young man did, in the football world, he was not able to lay his hand on the African Best Individual Award until he quit football. And recently, in an interview, Jay-Jay Okocha himself has expressed his disappointment over not winning that particular award. So guys, just sit back and relax as I'll be taking you through everything Jay-Jay Okocha actually said regarding him not winning the African Player of the Year award until he retired from football. But before then, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on time zone and where you're watching me from. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do that. But if you have done that already, thank you so much. Please do it to like, comment, and do not forget to turn on notification to enable you to see when next post. Alright. So guys, just like I said, let me take you through what Jay-Jay Okocha actually said concerning his inability to win the African Best Player of the Year award. And in his words, he said, "Honestly, I do not want to sound greedy and ungrateful, but I have had an amazing career. I never thought I would make it that big in my career life. But of course, if you look back, there's always a time when you say, oh, maybe you could have done a bit better than you did. And if I'm to say, I will say I regret not winning the African Footballer of the Year. I thought I did enough to have won it, because it wasn't a fluke that I won BBC Player of the Year award 3 years in a row and still didn't manage to win the CAF award. But I mean, maybe it was not meant to be," Okocha concluded. Yes, Okocha did not win the African Player of the Year award. For once, this young man won BBC Player of the Year 3 times in a row. So there was a reason why he actually won the BBC Player of the Year for 3 good times, 3 consecutive times, but did not win the African Player of the Year. So Okocha is just trying to tell you that he regretted not winning the African Player of the Year, but it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a mistake that he won the BBC Player of the Year 3 consecutive times. Yes, for 3 consecutive times, but failed to win the African Player of the Year. So what Okocha is trying to say is that for him to have won the BBC Player of the Year for 3 consecutive years simply means that he actually deserved the CAF Player of the Year award. But the reason he was not able to lay his hand on that, CAF individual award is something that is like a misery to him, and also to many Super Eagles fans. Because personally, I keep asking myself, how can a player of Jay-Jay Okocha caliber, how can a player of Jay-Jay Okocha pedigree not win an African Player of the Year award until he hang his boot? Until he hang his boot. These days, many African players do not even do a quarter of what Jay-Jay Okocha did during his playing days, during his playing time, and they are winning African Best award. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe just like he said, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Maybe he was not meant to win the award, and that is why he was not able to touch it until he quit football. But the truth is that Jay-Jay Okocha actually did enough to have won that award. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Jay-Jay Okocha not being able to win the African Player of the Year award until he hung his boot from international football? Do you think that Jay-Jay Okocha did not deserve the African Player of the Year award? Or you think that during his time, he actually had a lot of competitors that are better than him? Please, whatever your opinion may be on this, I'd like to see it in the comment section
Do well to like, comment, and do not forget to turn on notification to enable you see my next post. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye.